Before we jump into the code, let's take a quick look at what we're gonna build in this video. This is the sidebar we are going to build in this project, and when I click on this hamburger, it collapsed, and when I again click on this hamburger, it expands. How amazing is this? This hover effect is very appealing, and the glossy look of the sidebar. So this is the overall overview of the project, and let's dive into the code. So first of all, create a new folder, right click, new folder, and name it as sidebar, and drag this folder in the VS Code. Okay, this folder is open in the VS Code. I'm using white to create my React app, so open the terminal and write npm create white at latest space dot slash. It will create your folder in the root directory. Hit enter. Package name as default, framework as React, and variant as JavaScript. Now our app is created successfully. Now run this command, npm install enter. This will create the node modules folder. Now our node modules folder is installed successfully. Now run npm run dev command. Just copy this link and paste it on the browser. Enter. Okay, our app is running successfully. After that, stop the app. Write here some commands. First of all, we need to install Sass because we use Sass for our styling. npm iSass, enter. After that, go to the browser and write here material icons because we use material icons for our sidebar. Okay, go to this link and just copy this command and paste it in the terminal like that. Enter. Now the third one is framer motion. We use this for animation. Okay, all the libraries are installed successfully. Go to the browser and here Google Fonts. Open this link, and we use Roboto for our sidebar. Here regular 400 and regular 400 and medium 500 for example, and copy this link and go to the index.html file and paste it in the head tag like that, and all set. First go to the source folder, delete this folder, we don't need this. In the app.jsx, remove this code and change this name to scss because we use Sass, and rename this app.scss. and after that remove this code, and in the index.css remove this code, we don't need this code, and delete this file, and in the main.jsx remove this import. Okay, after that what you can do is in the app.jsx write hello world to check whether our website is working fine or not. So write npm run dev. Go to the browser. Our app is working fine. Okay, close these tabs. Now what you can do is just open this side by side, basically this one and this one. Okay, right here div and class name as container for example, and after that inside the app.scss just open side by side, write some universal code, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. Okay, all set. After that we have an image which is bg.png, basically this bg.jpg, and alternative as background image for example. Now in the app.scss, target the container and write here image tag, and inside this width as 100 pixels for example, and height as 100 pixels, not 100 pixels, basically 100%, and this as 100 vh. After that, create a new folder in the source directory, name it as components, and create a new folder inside this component, name it as sidebar, and inside this sidebar folder make two files. There is sidebar.jsx and sidebar.scss. okay, first write RAFCE, this one. Now import this in the app.jsx, because on the top of this image sidebar, this one, here it is. After that, what you can do is go to the sidebar.jsx and remove this and give it a class name of sidebar, and inside this sidebar we have sidebar container, and inside this container what we have is profile, basically div.profile. Before this profile we have a menu icon, this one, and inside this menu icon we have menu icon. If you go to the material icons and write here hamburger, this one, just copy this link and paste it here like that. It is showing here. Now just comment this out for the sake of development. Now go to sidebar.jsx, and inside this sidebar we have profile, and inside this profile we have image. There is p.jpg and the alternative as profile image. I think the name is correct, p image, basically p image, this one. okay, after that, inside the profile what we have is write a div dot profile info, and inside this we have p tag and write good morning, and after this p tag we have an h1, and inside this h1 we have, for example, name. There is John Doe. Now after this profile what we have is a horizontal line hr, and give it a class name of horizontal line, for example. Now we have div.menu, and inside this menu we have a menu container, and inside this menu container we have menu item, and inside this menu item what we have is an icon. So go to material icons and write here home. I use this home. okay, so copy this link and paste it here, home icon, and close this. And after that we have p tag. There is your dashboard. Now copy this for 4 times, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 4 times. And after that we have is food diary, and here write for example book, and here this one, just copy this link and paste it here, copy this and write here. After that what we have is a chart, and we use this chart. So copy this and paste it here, and just copy this and paste here, for example diet chart. And after that is target, just copy this and paste it here, target. And the last one is friends, copy this and paste it here. All these icons are available in our app. okay, now after that what you can do is we have a horizontal line hr, and give it a class name of horizontal line. We have div.sync data, and inside this div.sync container, and inside this container we have menu items, div dot menu items. And what we have is, go to Google, material icons, and here is a heart icon. First of all, this one, just copy this and paste here. This is p tag and Google fit, for example, and copy this for 3 times more. 2 1 2 3. Okay, after this we have Apple Watch, and inside this we have Fitbit activity, and after this we have settings. Okay, material icons, go to material icons and write Apple and paste it here, and after that we have settings. Which icon I choose is this one, so paste it here and settings icon, like that. After that what we have is a dark theme icon. Write div dot dark theme, and inside this dark theme we have div dot menu item. Only one item this have, basically p tag, lights off, and moon. This one, just copy this and just write here moon, dark mode icon. Okay, now you can see there are too much imports here, and these imports are only the icons and not other components, and we do not include other components here. But if we include other components, the half of the page is filled with the imports. So what you can do is just cut these imports, and inside the source make a new folder, name it as imports, and inside this import create a new folder as import.jsx. okay, and paste all the imports here. Now write export and make an object and write all the things here, like that, and export all the icons as an object. Now in the sidebar.jsx import, make an object and just copy all this stuff and paste here from imports. This imports, right here import, all set. Look, nothing changes here. So it is easier for you to handle all the imports in your bigger projects. Okay, we have completed our JSX code. Now go to the sidebar.scss. First write sidebar and give it margin top of 50 pixels and position fixed and width as 250 pixels and height as 900 pixels. Okay, and margin left as 10 pixels, border radius 10 pixels, and background is RGBA and 39 and 0.1. After that we have backdrop filter, this one, and right here blur and 30 pixels blur, and use WebKit backdrop filter and blur as 30 pixels. Why I write WebKit backdrop filter here? Because if the user's browser is old, then this will be helpful there. Okay, I hope you get it. If I write here comment fallback for old browsers, like that. Okay, after that what we have is sidebar container, make width as 100%, height as 100%, display flex, and flex direction is column. Now target the menu icon, and inside the menu icon what we have is color white, and margin left is 7 pixels for example, and margin right as 10 pixels, and justify content is flex end, and we use hover property here and hover, and inside hover cursor as pointer, like that. After this menu icon what we have is the profile. Now width as 100%, basically 100, and height as 150 pixels, and display flex, align item center, and border radius as 10 pixels. Inside this profile we have an image, width as 50 pixels, height as, and border radius as 50%, and margin right as 5 pixels, margin left as 10 pixels, and border 3 pixels solid gray. And inside the hover what we have is cursor as pointer, border as 3 pixels solid white, and box shadow as 0 0 10 pixels, and RGBA there is 0 0 0 and 0.5, and transition is 0.5 seconds, and transform scale 0.95. Why are changes not made here? Because we didn't import this sidebar.jsx in this. Just import sidebar.ses here. We have all the changes here like that. After that what we have is we have profile info, and inside the profile info what we have is font family as Roboto, otherwise sans serif. And inside this profile info we have p tag and font size as 15 pixels and color as white. But if I write here color as white, we have an h1 and the font size is 20 pixels. After this profile info we have menu, and inside this menu width as 100%, height as 300 pixels, display of flex, flex direction of column, and align items, flex start, and the color is white, and margin top as 20 pixels. And after that what we have is h2, and inside h2 font family as Roboto and otherwise sans serif, and font size as 15 pixels and margin left as 10 pixels. Just close the terminal. And h2, after that h2 we have menu, container, display of flex, flex direction column, and margin left as 10 pixels. And after that we have menu, item, width as 100%, display of flex, and align item center, gap as 10 pixels, margin top as 20 pixels, font family as Roboto, otherwise sans serif, and font size is 15 pixels. And we use hover property here, cursor as pointer, background as 00 B4 D8. If I hover over this, padding as 10 pixels and border radius as 15 pixels, width as 200 pixels, and transition all 300 ms ease. It is looking nice. Now after that what we have is a horizontal line, width as 70%, margin as 0 auto, and opacity as 50%. Now after that what we have is sync data, width as 100%, height as 300 pixels, display of flex, flex direction column, and align item, flex start, and color as white. Inside the sync data we have is h2, font family as Roboto and otherwise sans serif, and font size as 15 pixels, and margin left 10 pixels, margin top as 25 pixels, and margin bottom 25 pixels. Now target sync container, display of flex, flex direction of column, and justify content center, margin left as 10 pixels, border radius as 10 pixels, width as 200 pixels, height as 200 pixels, padding as 5 pixels, background color is RGBA, there is 0 0 0 0.1. We have again a backdrop filter, and inside this backdrop filter what we have is blur of 30 pixels, and again WebKit backdrop filter, and blur is 30 pixels. After that, what we have is menu item, width as 100%, display of flex, align item center, gap as 10 pixels, font family as Roboto and sans serif, and font size as 15 pixels, and margin bottom as 20 pixels. And when we hover over this, right cursor as pointer, background color as this one, padding as 10 pixels, border radius as 15 pixels, width as 180 pixels, and transition as all 300 ms ease, like that. Look, it is working fine. Why our sync data is not showing here? Because I don't write here menu, basically h2, there is sync data, and here also as not here, yeah, here h2 as menu. After this hover, what we have is just a dark theme, right? Target the dark theme, width as 100%, basically 100%, and display of flex, align item center, gap as 10 pixels, and Roboto sans serif, and font size as 15 pixels, and margin bottom as 20 pixels. And after inside this hover cursor pointer. Now where I did the mistake, dark theme. Now inside this dark theme, what we have is 100%, height as 50 pixels, display of flex, flex direction of column, and align item flex start, and the color as white. Right here basically a container, div dot theme container, and wrap this menu item inside this themed container. After this, we have a theme container dot theme container, and inside this theme container, display of flex direction of column, and justify content center, margin left as 10 pixels, border radius as 10 pixels, width as 200 pixels, and padding of 5 pixels. Now inside this theme container, what we have is the menu item as usual, width as 60%, display of flex, and align item center, gap of 10 pixels, font family Roboto, and font size of 15 pixels, and margin bottom 20 pixels, and end hover. What we have is cursor of pointer, this one, all set. Now our sidebar is completed successfully, but this is not, it is not on this side. Why it is not? Oh, display of flex. Look, now it is on the right side. Now what we have is, I just uncomment this image for better visualization. Look, our sidebar is completed and have a look like this. This is fantastic. Now what we can do is, when I click on this, the sidebar will collapse, and when I click on this again, the sidebar expands. So how can I do this? Inside the sidebar.jsx, first import motion from framer motion. Okay, now to handle this functionality, we use state hook, because it changes the state when we click on this. So right here, const and open and set open, not curly braces, basically here a square bracket, this one, use state hook, and at the start it is false. Now create a function to toggle this, const toggle, this is an arrow function basically, and here set open to not open. So what does this mean? Initially we have false, and this false is stored in this variable, and here it is false, and this negation means not false. That what does it mean? It is true this time. Okay, and when it is true, then negation true means false. Okay, this is the meaning of this not open. Okay, after that give this toggle to menu icon. Where is the menu icon? This one here, right here, on click and right toggle here, because when we click on this, then some functionality will be applied on whole sidebar. Now inside the main container, what you can do is to make this motion dot div, because when we use framer motion, then this motion is compulsory. After that, what we have is transition, and inside the transition what we have is type of spring and stiffness as 100. What does this mean? The type is spring and stiffness as 100. For example, when someone pulls the rope and suddenly he releases the rope, then the rope will behave like a spring. Okay, same concept is here. After that, write animate, and inside this animate what we have is width. Right here some logic. There is open, we use ternary operator. When the open is false, the width is 250 pixels, that is the original width. And when the sidebar is closed, that means collapsed, the width is only 50 pixels. Okay, look, it is working fine. After this we have a menu icon, so write some functionality, basically not functionality, style here, and inside this style write align self, and here write functionality as open. When it is open, then it inherits the original functionality, and when it is closed, make it as center. Okay, now it is in the center. After that we have a profile image. Inside this profile image what you can do is style this image according to the collapsed sidebar. Right here style, and inside this style what we have is width. When the sidebar is open, then its width is original width, that is 50 pixels, and when the sidebar is closed, then its width is 30 pixels. And this concept is same for the height, 50 pixels, and when the sidebar is closed it is 30 pixels. Look, when it is open its width is 50 pixels, and when it is closed its width is 30 pixels. After the profile image we have profile info, and right here curly braces and write open, and this functionality, basically this is a short circuit evaluation. And after this short circuit evaluation what you can do is make a fragment, and inside this fragment just move this inside this fragment. This short circuit evaluation same as the if and else statement. So if I click on this hamburger, it is showing, and when I click again on this, it is hidden. After that, inside the menu container what you can do is you just have to hide this your dashboard and this hover effect too. So what you can do is write here style, and inside the style write pointer events, and there is the functionality. When it is open, then it inherits the original styling, and when it is closed, then it makes the hover effect none. When I hover over this, nothing happens. Okay, now here write, we have to hide this, so wrap in the curly braces and write here open and simple, write here too, and here also. So inside this sync container again write functionality style for pointer events open, it inherits the original styling, and when it is closed then it is none. Okay, so hide this sync data too, wrap this inside the curly braces and write here open. And now why this menu is showing here? Okay, wrap this inside the curly braces and write open, and it is hidden. After that just wrap all the content. Now our sidebar is completed successfully. Okay, if I maximize this window, look, when it is collapsed then it is looking like this, and when I click on this hamburger then it is showing all the content which is inside this sidebar. How appealing is this? Okay, So that is for this video, and practice this concept because this is very useful when we are building the admin dashboards. Then this sidebar is very helpful in those projects. So practice this concept, because if you don't practice, then you will not know what will happen inside this project. Okay, so practice this, and I'll see you in the next video.